We're glad you're here, and we have a very nice service for you guys planned. But before we start, as we always do, we usher in Spirit to bring forth that perfect expression that each one of us is. So I invite you now to turn to prayer by becoming comfortable right where you're at. You're taking a deep breath and allowing Spirit to come into this sanctuary, knowing that wherever we are, that is where the love resides. That's where our home is. That's Unity Center of Stockton. And that each one of you are vitally important to this ministry. The support, the love, and the perfect expression that is you is coming forth.
Every night, I deliver a monologue made up of jokes written by a diverse team of writers. As a result, come across my desk due to my being a straight white male, difficult.
So it is.
We don't stop.
And now we have greetings. Stand up and greet each other.
Yep. So, well, I guess I don't need to get instructions.
You go. Very good. Very
Hey, I know I had to go to class when you were walking in. You know how that can
Feeling now? Nope. I'm going to turn this all the way up. Let me turn it off for a minute. Hold on. I've got another cord in there. I've got another cord. Let's get another cord. Just.
I'm so sorry about it.
Oh, no.
While you're sitting down, I'll go through the announcements for this week. These are virtual, they're online, and the Zoom link is on our website, unityofstockton.org. Course of Miracles, every Monday morning at 11:30 and Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Every other Saturday morning, we have a meditation with Israel Hurtado, and that is also online, as well as the Tuesday evening meditations with Judy Woolham, and they start at 7:30 on Tuesday nights. On Thursday nights, we do Think Like a Monk. Our leader is Margot. It's a great book. We're all enjoying it, those of us who are in that. Our prayer chaplain today is Billy.
Hey, Billy.
And here in Unity, we celebrate affirmative prayer. So I invite you to, at some point, have a prayer with a prayer chaplain. We don't pray for you, we pray with you to affirm what is in your heart. Today's selection of the daily word comes from a really familiar verse in the Bible, from the book of Hebrews. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. With the essence of faith, I move ahead with confidence. Faith is my guiding light. It keeps me hopeful when I'm tempted to doubt, and cheerful when I might otherwise feel gloomy. Faith tells me that even when the sky appears cloudy, The sun is shining brightly above the clouds. Faith gives me a secure footing in the present as I plan for the future. Faith is the assurance that I am never alone, that everything I dream and do is divinely inspired. Every step I take in the direction of my aspirations is fueled by faith that they can come to pass. All of the wisdom, power, love, and strength of God are mine to express only as I can. Leaving timidity and hesitancy behind, I use these divine attributes boldly and with confidence. Faith shows me the way forward. And we invite you to sit quietly while Billy plays us the meditation music.
And those lights.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. 'Cause a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, 'neath the halo of a street lamp. I tuned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that verbal voices never share. No one dare disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sun flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the signs and the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sounds of silence.
Now, join with me if you will, as we properly prepare for going into the sacred space of the silence. So just become very comfortable where you're at and feel the sacredness of this place. that each one of us bring. Feel it and know that it is a gift. It is a gift from heaven, it is a gift from God, it is a gift from Spirit. It is love, it is peace, it is harmony. Harmony instilling in your life each and every moment. Take that feeling of love into the process of relaxing. Breathe in that peace and harmony and breathe out any discord, anything that is unlike peace, anything that is unlike love. Breathe in forgiveness and let go of strife, anxiety. Let your body relax right where it's at. And allow yourself to be given over to the one presence and the one power. When the me has left the building, there you will find God. There you will find God. Know that it lives in the rocks, awakens in the plants, moves in the animals, but only in you and I is it aware of itself. Be aware through me. Express through me. Become all that I can be at my highest and best as I let go of self. Release self. Breathe in the one presence and the one power. Let go of self. Let go of self. It's okay to let go and become consumed by your authentic self. The presence and the power of beauty that created the stars and the universe is now surging through your being, mind, body, and soul. You are now in the presence of pure spirit. You're being consumed by a love beyond measure, a peace, a presence, whose center is everywhere and circumference nowhere. Become me, O Spirit, become me. Express through me. Heal me. Bring forth my highest expression. Take me as I humbly, with full faith and trust, go into your arms, fully loved, into the beautiful, sacred, and healing silence. From this breath forward, I allow myself to be fully expressed. I let myself believe and expect the highest and best in my life. My heart swells with confidence and gratitude, knowing that I am never, ever alone. The Spirit consumes me with mercy and goodness all the days of my life. For this I am grateful. Thank you, sweet Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So today, we will be talking about resonance, but not without my glasses. So resonance, it's interesting because resonance has two meanings. There is a musical meaning, which is the quality and sound of being deep, full, and reverberating. I'm quoting from the definition. Physics, its physical definition is the reinforcement or prolongation of sound by reflection from a surface or by the synchronistic vibration of a neighboring object. So today we're going to be talking about both. We will be talking about how we ourselves, or that science has found that everything is vibrating, even the things that don't look like they look solid and they're still, but they're vibrating. Because see, the perception is that things are solid and that things don't move. But we know, we've known this spiritually, and now we know it through the physical sciences, that things are not solid, they're constantly in flux, they're moving. In fact, the universe is always vibrating itself. It's going in and out of existence, in fact. See if I can, oh yes. So this is an example of resonance in a harmonious fashion. When two people come together and their vibes, as they say, are matching, and they resonate with each other, their vibrations, this is an example of love. And this is the opposite. This is an example of conflict. So in this example right here, it appears that they are not vibrating at the same level, correct? We also know that there is a way out of this. We'll be talking about this, but recognizing that your vibrations or your resonance is, you're not resonating with another person, is the first thing to understand, is how to fix this, is to understand why it's happening. This right here is an image of, how many know who Dr. Emoto is? So back in the 90s, like 94 or 20 years, this man here did studies, scientific studies, on the effects of consciousness in not just human beings, but substances. The one on the left, as you can see, is an image of the crystal that says love and gratitude. You see the shape that it forms? And you disgust me, so that's love versus hate. So as you can see, the disorganization and disharmony compared to harmony on the left is a very real thing. And it just shows physically that what the thoughts that we have, even though we think that they're not effective, are continuously creating. It's the one thing that we cannot keep from doing, is creating. So right here, we're either creating this or creating that. But the universe, the laws, they don't care. They don't, there's no moral compass saying, well, I'm not going to create this for you, contrary to popular belief. It's unbiased. You can create this on the left, or you can create this on the right. Either one of these will be created according to your image and likeness. Eternal and peace, these are just amazing, the beautiful art. Both of these right here, they create, and you notice the radiation of the one on the right? Evil, these are water crystals, so these are beautiful. Evil on the left, and gratitude on the right. It's almost, you can almost see a heart in this one here. Do you see it? Isn't that gorgeous? How music affects water. Music is such an intricate part of who we are. I mean, like the sound of silence. That one resonates with me very well. And you could just feel like this Kundalini energy in your body, and it just surges through you. And you know, there's certain songs that you going down the road and you're playing them really loud, and you feel like you're 20 years younger and you're like full of life and everything. It's because you're resonating, you know, and it's actually, since you're vibrating and the music's vibrating, you come together and you converge in a place that brings out the highest and best in you. This may not be necessarily true for some people, might like heavy metal, you know, so. This right here, unfortunately, this did not work. I had a short video planned for you. Yeah, it's funny because Billy and I were talking over the phone, and we were resonating, you know, because he has Apple and I have Windows, and so you know they don't resonate well together in the physical world. But we found a way to meet in the clouds, and we came together. We came together and allowed spirit to merge, and it's actually a lot easier than just if I would have used my program, you know, individually. It was surprisingly easy. So another metaphor, physical metaphor, so many of them in life that point to the greater truth within each one of us as we allow it and allow it to take our life, you know, to take who we are. This segues from last week's talk about synchronicity, because synchronicity really is about sometimes with resonating with your desires, resonating, having your intention and your expectation align so that it brings forth the expression through you. It's not that things happen outside of you and they're drawn towards you. Don't listen to that which says that things are drawn towards you, because that indicates that they're outside of you. Instead, they're expressed through you. You just see them as outside of you, you know, because it's an objective world we see through, but we're actually, the consciousness that we're living right now, that we see each other, it's in our own consciousness. We're creating avatars of ourselves. And so when we do the resonance, we resonate with people according to how we see ourselves. So that one avatar maybe represents something inside of me that I'm not happy with. Another may resonate with me of something that I'm very proud of, you know, or something that I want to be, a desire, an unfulfilled desire. So I have admiration for that. So when we recognize that, the pattern comes out very, is demonstrated here on how that works. Like this right here, I found it interesting because some of these, the anger, it shows up as like almost like an eye, like a black eye. This is really what we're looking for, how to go from the sad guy, the angry guy on the left, to the don't worry, be happy guy on the right. And so the reason I outlined speaking circles in here, because how many of you have ever done speaking circles? You know what that is? You've done it, right? Okay. And so from an outside point of view, speaking circles, it looks like that people are staring at each other, but they're really, what they're doing is they're silent mostly. I mean, you can say things at a certain point, but they're looking into each other's eyes pretty closely. Might probably got, you know, violating COVID protocol, but they actually are seeing the highest and best in that person. And when they're doing that, you see, because there is really no other person there, it's just the one presence and the power demonstrating your consciousness. What you're doing is you're bringing it out in yourself, and as a result, what happens in speaking circle is that when I'm seeing, if from my point of view, I'm seeing the highest and best there. Something miraculous just starts happening. I see the deity in that person, and it just starts melting away all of the anxiety within me. And then I start to become not myself anymore. It's become this like furnace of love. It's pretty miraculous. And people that do speaking circles often become addicted to it because of what it does to them. And it's another demonstration of what happens when we're in conflict. And you know that the other slide where the two people were at in disagreement with each other, and at some point in time you have to be aware during that process. And I can tell you from personal experience that it really does work. You become aware that, oh, I'm not actually having an argument with another person. What I'm doing is I'm engaging with the part of me that I don't like, and I'm having conflict. Have you ever woke up one day and everybody seems to be in disharmony with you? You go to work and you're the boss, but they don't treat you like the boss, or they they want to challenge you on everything, and you seem to have problems parking, or maybe you get a ticket or something, and just like that one day we talked about Murphy's Law, right? And that's all a part of our consciousness, but these are the times right here that we have to recognize, oh, I'm having one of those days, right? And it's not too late to do anything about it at the moment, because a lot of times you think, well, I just need to rest, but you can do something about it. Just take a pause. Just take a pause and recognize that what I'm having a conflict is with my own self. And there is a good opportunity right here. Let's put it that way. An opportunity for you to learn and grow in the moment. Because although we can pause, we can go to sleep, we can take the time to regroup and do it again. Sometimes we have to do that. But there's a greater opportunity to do things in the moment. And that's what I would recommend, is to take advantage of the fact that you are basically in school. You're in school, you're learning how to love yourself. That's what we're doing. We're learning how to love ourselves. And when we take an opportunity like this to say, it's live, it's right in your face, it's happening, we have an opportunity to just pause within ourselves and tell ourselves, even if we have to say a little mantra like peace, be still, peace, be still. And we go to ourselves and we take a deep breath and we say to ourselves, maybe just tell that person, I need a moment. And you breathe it in and realize that other person is there for a reason. There's a problem going on here. But then you realize and you see that person differently. You start to see that person differently. Not as the enemy, but as Jesus said, agree with your enemies quickly. That doesn't mean to agree with necessarily what they're saying, but it means to let go of the conflict. Let go of the conflict. And really what people mostly argue about is right and wrong. That's what they argue about. Somebody did me wrong, or if only you would do things differently, then well, see, there's a reason for that too. If you have the courage to start taking that pathway back toward, I had something to do, I at least had something to do with my experiences, what you'll find out is that the reason that I'm not resonating with this other person is because it's a part of me that I don't like and I've hidden within me. So it resonates totally differently. Because when I do that, what I've done is I basically classified it as evil, as something I don't like about myself. When in fact there is no evil. What it is you've created a construct based on your fears or something that you think is harmful for you, but then you didn't face it. Another reason not to procrastinate, because it just builds up inside of you, like a cancer. By the way, it's Does everybody know it is breast cancer awareness? Yeah. So pink is good. And in fact, cancer is like representative of what happens to inner conflict that we have within ourselves, you know. And in the end, it's all about a return to love, a return to let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's there it is. Okay. So this is a little thing that I often use right here, and it's because it's another metaphor for a truth. I call it the greatest truth, and it is also the greatest deception we have, that there's somebody else out there. When actually the we is just a reflection of me, as you can see, and it's beyond the surface, you know, lip service we do to a lot of people I hear say, yeah, there's only one, and then they come follow with, we're all connected. What does that tell you? That we're separate, right? We're not all connected. We are one. We are one. We are literally one. The moment that you realize that the consciousness that you're having is your own, that you're experiencing, then you can start to understand what this is and why we have conflicts, why we don't resonate with other people, and how we resonate with healing musics. Music heals, but I mean, when it turns into discord, it's noise, right? And it can be harmful. So it's the same way. It's just a metaphor of our own consciousness and how we live within ourselves to bring back that which is. I have some quotes here from Charles Fillmore I want to read. Okay, Charles Fillmore, as we all know, is the father of unity. Myrtle is the mother. Charles Fillmore, there's an invisible thought stuff on which the mind acts, making things through the operation of a law not yet fully understood by man. Every thought moves upon the invisible surface in increasing or diminishing degree. When we praise the richness and fullness of God, this thought stuff is tremendously increased in our mental atmosphere. It reflects into everything that our mind and hands touch, Charles Fillmore. And some of the verbiage that he uses is kind of reflective of what they didn't know in those days. So he uses terms like stuff, you know. We better understand it nowadays, and we better understand how it interacts with spirit. But that is essentially what he's saying is the same thing. He also says that there's a mental treatment guaranteed to cure ill that flesh is heir to. Sit for a half an hour every night and mentally forgive everyone against whom you have ill will or antipathy. This is so important. If you don't do it at night or whatever, do it throughout the day. Do it as it happens. You know, if you recognize that you have toxin inside of you, what do you got to do? You got to release it. This is what forgiveness is. It's releasing toxin within you so that you can continue to grow and be a spiritually healthy person, vibrant and at your highest and best. So you have to release the toxins. Forgive 70 times 7, said the master. Colossians, beyond 3:14, beyond all these things, put on love, which is the perfect bond of unity. And that's where we're really going with all of this, is that what we're trying to do is a return to love. And what love is all inclusive. Charles Fillmore said that love is the binding agent that holds us all together. If you can imagine, like, this world without love, I mean, as violent and discordant as we see things nowadays, and the intolerance of other people's opinion, or even recognizing that they're human beings, is so prevalent because the main thing is a duality. You know, we think that there's two powers out there, and I'm good and you're bad, I'm right and you're wrong. You know, it's childish, but people grow up this way. You know, they don't think that they don't see the oneness. They don't realize that they're conflicting with themselves, judging people, you know, those type of things. And so the resonance isn't there. It's resonating, but in a disharmonious way. And see, the law works the same way in all ways. So that's why it's so powerful. When people become out of divine harmony and things become filled with hatred, they're using the same law that we use for expressing love. It's the same law. That's why it's so powerful. It's because we're using a principled law. And so the way we in unity, we'll get back to that, is teaching awareness. You know, unity centers should be teaching awareness. Why is this happening? If you don't understand why it's happening, it's going to keep repeating itself. You're going to still keep thinking that somebody out there is the reason that I'm not happy. If only you would do things differently, not understanding that then you're having this experience not because of something out there, but something within you. And so, I'm not sure, we started at 10:30? Oh, okay, I'll get it. So, the thing about our mission at Unity Center of Stockton is that we as the vision that I see with the Unity Center of Stockton is an educational center, well, an awareness center, that we just don't repeat the same things over and over on Sunday, that we seek greater awareness through ourselves, through workshop. We are working, the board is working feverishly to bring us to a place where we can have a home, whether it's leased or bought, so that we can all come together in the same place and feel authentically. One of the things I wanted to do today, I have some paper, and hand out the paper and pencils, is I wanted to get some ideas on what everyone thinks is a great, the things that are needed in a great home for Unity of Stockton. Things like, you know, classes, youth programs, youth and family, those type of things. Yeah.
Paper?
Here.
Thank you.
And just, if you're not done with them by the end of the service, if you are, just drop them in the offering. But if you're not, just, you know. And just list those things, because the board and myself, we would like to make sure that everybody knows that you are an intricate part of Unity Center of Stockton. That you're not just here as investors, but this is your center, this is your church. And we're all an important part of it, every single person that's in here. And we want to make it so that we can have a full service center. And that we can, it's a place that you can tell your friends and your family that they come to Unity Center of Stockton, because this is a home. And it starts right here, right now. And your desires, what you want, is very, very an intricate part of this. How many people here think that having a permanent place to stay is an important part of our growth? And how about youth and family? That's part of the, yeah. And inclusivity, with sexual orientation, ethnic background. None of those things should matter in this church. We accept everyone. And we want programs. We want programs, volunteers, not just, investing, financially, but investing for volunteering to set up and volunteering for committees, championing committees, ideas, giving ideas back to the board, to myself, and so that we can all come together in harmony, and so we can resonate with this single goal that we all have, and that's to create a greater Unity Center of Stockton. Because that's what we're all here for, right? We're all here to grow together, and the way we do that is by allowing the Spirit to express through not only this congregation, but the way it grows exponentially really is to do it in an outreach program to people around the community. Because that's what Unity is set up for, is to bless the entire world. So we start with our community, and we figure out ways that we can, if you guys have an idea of that, if you know, I'm not from Stockton, so I don't know a lot of if you guys have an idea of how to do an outreach program, which organizations, I would like to know, because I will take the action to reach out and create harmony and a relationship between our center and those youth centers, maybe a street list of things that people need for, a street list basically is like, people that are in need of services in the community. So whatever help that you guys can lend and ideas are greatly appreciated. Because this isn't just about a few people coming up with ideas, and this is about the more we can get involved, the more Spirit takes over, and the greater action, the greater ripples in the pond to bring in the resonance that allows us to grow healthy to the point where we want. Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Great, fantastic. What are some of the ideas that people are coming up with here? Anybody have a thought, Margaret?
Yeah, I do. A family night, like a spiritual cinema that does like the Bleed or The Secret or The Ultimate Gift, some of those spiritual kind of, where everybody can come and have popcorn and gather and then talk afterwards about the movie.
That's a good idea. I was thinking kind of similar lines, as like having a Wednesday night service that's kind of a variety. Like maybe one week we'll do meditation, another one we'll do like you said, family night. Just having that time to get like this midweek spiritual boost type of thing. How's that sound for everybody? Yeah. How many people would actually attend like classes, workshops? Yeah. Okay. So that might be something that I could do, even as a part-time minister, I could do it here like on Sunday, and if we had something going on Wednesday, one of the things a great idea that Maria came up with was having a pre-service meditation. How many people like that idea? Pre-service meditation, or just a period of silence, or just it might be a period of time to talk to the chaplain, or I'm always open for prayer too. If people want, come to me with whatever you want them. Unity ministers take an oath of silent, confidentiality, so your concerns are safe. They stop here, and we'll be met with love. Any other ideas? Yes.
Drum circles?
What's that?
Drum circles?
Drum circles, yeah. Yeah, like somebody was telling me, who is the skill with the singing bowls?
Linda Kohler.
Linda, okay. So there's a great idea, that evokes spirit right there. I mean, I have these, but the singing bowls are more, yeah, you can mix them together. It was, Lennox from, Unity of San Jose. I've heard his, and it's just incredible, some of the stuff that can evoke within a person. There's so many things, we already have, A Course in Miracles, what was the next one after that?
The book group, the book study.
Yeah, there was,
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi. The book club.
no, there was another, program, I forget what it's called now, the one that, yeah. Anyways, yeah, you mentioned it, but I forgot what it is right now. Any other?
I was thinking seminars on different subjects, such as divorce or wealth or various things along those lines that are
Right,
concerned to people.
yeah. See, these are the things that are gonna create a greater unity of Stockton. It's not visualizing a building, because that's spirit's work. What our goal is to create a service, right? When you create a service in spirit, what happens is the universe takes over the principle, and it starts building something better than you could ever imagine. You know, you don't tell a contractor how to build your house. You might give them a design from an architect, but you allow and trust that spirit knows what it's doing, right? And this is really you, but it's the unconscious part of you is that work is. So we have to trust and know that, you know, that through our intention and our expectation and our intention of service, our vision of service is going to be something that you know, we're working on a new vision and mission statement that we will state here every Sunday what that is. So that is, it's important that we all have a common goal. Anything else that would be, yes, Maria?
I suggest Reiki circles.
What's it?
Reiki.
Oh, Reiki.
Yeah, I just wrote that down when you said that. Synchronicity.
Are you skilled? Are you skilled at
I
Reiki?
am trained.
Oh, then that would be a great, something great for you to jump.
I'm trained too, but it's been a million years, but.
I am.
Yeah.
You
There's a
are
lot of
also?
it, yeah, synchronicity, we're all.
Wow. I told you the story about the Reiki session last week, my mother. Does that happen now?
Oh, yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah.
I don't let it go. And it depends in that.
How many people think that these Q&As are important now and then?
You know,
Or I mean, I'm a new minister here, and you guys don't know me, and I think it's great that we could take this time, this is our time, right? To find out what, and this allows a greater influx of spirit into this community, because we want to return to, there's so much potential for this center. We have all of the basic core stuff, but we want to radiate that out, right? We want to get to know each other. We have, how did Earth Day go?
went well. We have about at least 50 kids come by when their parents, et cetera, that made. At first, we ran out of these. We did leaf prints on fabric, where you use fabric paint. And you paint the leaf, and you put it on the fabric, and then you put another absorbent cloth over the top, and you roll it, and then you pull the leaf off, and you've got a leaf print on your fabric, and they can take that home with it.
Yeah, that's great. See, no matter what it is, I mean, it's
Right.
important for us all to get
But we had a lot of
together.
interest in it now. But I would think one of our first priorities is to find a permanent location.
Yeah, so when we come up with these ideas, we want to be together more than just church, right? Just come
Yeah.
and listen to me talk, listen to the music, that's great. But what we're creating here is a community. We're creating a bonding with each other. And with that, we share with other people. And the love and the bonding that we create is what's gonna build a greater unity of Stockton, right? Yeah. Any other ideas?
Well,
Yes.
we had a great time at the picnic, so we'll do that next.
Those are great picnics, yeah.
We
Church
should do
picnic.
that more often, that we have to get just to eat and.
Who doesn't love picnics? You know?
I know.
Barbecues, hot dogs. You know. We have it at the rivers,
We had it at Oak Park,
Oak Park.
off our 8 Mile Road.
Under the shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. If you guys can have any other ideas, pass those, and put those in the offering basket, and we'll have a board meeting next week, and we'll take a look at them. Yeah. Fantastic. How many people feel good about the group we have here at Unity Center of Stockton about growth? One of the things we have to do is fix kind of a leak in our revenue, and that's we are totally by voluntary support, and so we support our community, and eventually that will take care of itself. What I would like you to do is think prosperity for this church, think greater prosperity, because our thoughts, as we demonstrated today, are very powerful. They're not just I'll sleep on it tomorrow and it'll come about. They're happening right now. Check your thoughts. Whenever you think about Unity Center Stockton, if you have something negative that pops up, put it down, because that is not who we are. We are a greater expression waiting to happen. Yeah. So let's do that here and now. We are grateful for this day and for this time together. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Yay.
All right, so let's all stand and we're gonna sing along with Billy and Maria, Nothing Else Matters.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do, never care for what they know, but I know, so close no matter how far, couldn't be much more from the heart, forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do, never care for what they know, but I know. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they say, never care for games they play, never care for what they do, never care for what they know, and I know. So close no matter how far, couldn't be much more from the heart, forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters.
This is our offering time, and I would invite you to hold not only what you want to give today, but also your ideas for the unity of Stockton. Hold them together in your heart while we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
So we receive these offerings from the heart of love in which they came, knowing that Spirit goes forth, the law of prosperity, it comes back and blesses those that give in this greater community of Unity Center of Stockton. We are grateful for this and allow it to continue to grow as we bless people around us. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
Let's stand and gather in our circle while we sing our peace song.
Nice size circle today. Very nice. Beautiful circle.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
As you go forth, know that the light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is. All is well.
And all of God's children said, amen.
Let's eat.
Nice. Good. We got lots of light here.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, certain